I've been missing the way you touch me, baby. Kisses on my neck and the love you gave me. When I think about it, I go a little bit crazy. It's gotta be more than this for you and I to coexist. Help me, I wanna be more than just a friend. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer. Help me, I don't wanna be just the one that stand. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer. I've been scrolling through the text messages you sent me, trying to fill the holes where you left me empty. And when I think about it, get a little emotional, knowing that we might never ever be close to loving. Help me, I wanna be more than just a friend. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer. Help me, I don't wanna be just the one that stand. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer. Help me, I wanna be more than just a friend. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer. Help me, I don't wanna be just the one that stand. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer. Sober up, think it's time for me to sober up, 'cause I don't know what I should do with all these feelings. Don't wanna be needy, too in love. Maybe I am just too in love. Baby, all I know is I can make you stay, but don't just walk away. Help me, I wanna be more than just a friend. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer. Help me, I don't wanna be just the one that stand. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer. I've been missing the way you touch me, baby. Kisses on my neck and the love you gave me. When I think about it, I go a little bit crazy. It's gotta be more than this for you and I to coexist. Help me, I wanna be more than just a friend. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer. Help me, I don't wanna be just the one that stand. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer. I've been scrolling through the text messages you sent me, trying to fill the holes where you left me empty. And when I think about it, get a little emotional.
This Thursday morning. Guys, it is the 18th of December and we are a couple of days away from closing the year out. And this is something that I'm particularly excited about because it has been a long year. It has been full of challenges. And with that being said, we are right at the end of this year. I mean, most of you have faced challenges, there was problems, some of them are still persistent, but at the end of the day, we march on and we keep the spirit. My name is Bunny. Welcome to the Vooka Breakfast Show. Vooka meaning wake up and go about your day. Go pursue those dreams and And I know in a few weeks' time, most of us will start setting these New Year resolutions. Nothing wrong with that. It just says that you've got goals, you've got dreams, aspirations, things to attain, and things to go
Think it's
after.
time for me to
As a
sober
result,
up. Cause
there
I don't
will be
know what I should
challenges, right?
do
And
with
when you
all
take
these
time to reflect back
feelings.
and think
Don't
about
wanna
what
be
is it that you have gone
needy,
through
too
the
in
year,
love.
then you will
Maybe I am
realize how
just
much
too in
blessed or how
love.
blessed you
Baby,
are
all I know is
for you to
I
have
can
made it
make
this
you
far.
stay. But
Quite a lot
don't just
that,
walk
for me as an
away.
individual, I'd like to share. But with that being said, I mean, at the end of the day, we keep on keeping on, right? We keep on keeping on. So we're live on YouTube, we're live on Underground Radio, and if you're looking at downloading the app so that you can take us on the road and save on data, then you can download it on the App Store as well as the Play Store if you're on Android. And you can get to listen to not only the Vooka Breakfast Show, but the other shows that we do have um, right here on Underground Radio, as well as on YouTube.
I've
So
been
Monday
missing
to
the way that
Friday,
you
weekdays,
touch
we
me,
stream from 7
baby.
a.m. until 10 a.m. Every day,
Kisses on my
weekdays, we
neck
give you
and the
nothing but
love
positive
you
vibes.
gave
The Vooka
me.
Breakfast Show, waking up early to serve you
When I think
your
about
daily
it,
dose
I go
of
a little bit
positivity.
crazy.
With that being said,
It's gotta
um,
be
I'm
more
just going to take a little
than
short
this.
break
For you
because,
and I
funny
to
enough, right now, we
coexist.
are streaming, yes. You might
I
hear
wanna
that it
be
sounds just a
more
little
than
bit different.
just a
That
friend.
is
I'm looking
because
for
we are,
closure. So baby, pull
we've got
me
load reductions in the
closer.
area, right? And despite load reduction, we still continue. We still give you those positive vibes. So we've created a Frankenstein of a connection right here that will allow you to still get to hear the Vuga Breakfast Show regardless of the circumstance. And I think this speaks volumes because maybe this might serve as motivation for someone that's out there that even if there will be challenges, but continue, keep on keeping on, right? Keep on keeping on because you never know when things might just pop off, right? So um, I'm not sure if you guys are able to hear me properly. If yes, that would be great. And I'm just going to check a few things on my end. And right now, I'm also trying to get some music to you guys so that you can hear everything that we're hearing right here in studio. But as mentioned, it is a little bit of a Frankenstein connection because we're using power banks, and but yeah, I mean, we're still live, we're still connected on the internet, we're still giving you your positive vibes. So yeah, let me just try and play some music in the meantime. But I think whilst I troubleshoot, I'm gonna try and have a conversation about something that happened yesterday, right? Because right now we're on episode 199, and tomorrow we'll be doing episode 200. So it's something that we're excited about right here in studio because in order for us to reach this milestone, quite a lot had to go into making the show happen. And because it is a daily show, it is really, really involved. So from a producing standpoint, from creating topics and coming through with topics and getting guests to come through on the show and also meeting our guests wherever they are. Some of them are across the country, but we find ways of saying, hey, let's dial you in so that you can still be a part of the show. So because this is where audio meets TV or radio meets TV, we also give you that video component. So we made sure that we also give, our viewers as well as listeners now that authentic experience. So it's been quite a journey. It's been quite a journey. And right now, I see the checkered flag. This is the last lap. And yeah, tomorrow everyone's going to be here where we're concluding the show for the year. And we will resume again on the 19th of um, January. So when talking to a number of people, they were um, surprised that, wow, guys, you're going to be away for that long. Yes, it's not going to be much, right? Because as far as time is concerned, the 19th is just around the corner. But this gives us an opportunity to reflect, to rejuvenate our minds, to replenish our spirit so that we come back in one piece next year and continue to give you this daily dose of positivity, which is the Vooka Breakfast Show. So I'm not going to spoil a lot here because tomorrow, this is where we'll be taking a walk down memory lane. And with this being said, we're going to cover a lot that has happened. So, for anyone that's listening through underground radio, you'll get to understand the journey of how everything started, some of these or some of the interesting interviews that we've had with some guests right here in studio, some online, as well as, broadcasting on location. So we've been to a number of places that really, really stand out, and something that we are definitely looking forward to giving you that. But if you're going to be watching on YouTube, we're going to show you visuals. We've spoken to prestigious individuals like MMC, the health MMCs. Um, we've spoken to the JMPD. Like we've spoken to quite a number of government stakeholders, private entities, individuals, movers and shakers, people that are making an absolute difference in their community. And this then also gives me the, if I may say, gives me the will to go out and also do something for my community. But anyway, guys, yesterday you wouldn't believe what happened, right? So I was out and about. Excuse me, let me just check the volume here. I was okay, I was out and about. Right, I was out and about. And okay, so for anyone who's watching on YouTube, just let me know if the audio is okay. Alternatively, you can still text the studio number, which is 060 493 3226. And then let me know if you guys can hear me properly. If that's the case, then awesome. So, yeah, as mentioned, so yesterday I was out and about. And guys, I got jumped, and I'm using this loosely so in terms of what happened. So, I was just walking and I saw these four guys come through, right? And all of a sudden, I'm being mugged, right? And I mean, my ego says, yeah, they didn't take anything. Well, my phone fell, but it wasn't a case of they took it. So, in terms of fight and flight, sure, that kicked in, and there was a bit of a hustle and tussle, but eventually, I got away unscathed. And I've been reflecting. I mean, it's just what 2 days just before we close, and this is something I was looking forward to. But yesterday we were covering a national day, which is celebrate your device or cherish and appreciate your devices. And I remember telling Afroberry that, look, I get this holiday, but I mean, it's sorry, national celebration, but it's not something that I really resonate with because this is where the disconnect between humanity is, where we are so attached to our material possessions, right? So anyone that's on YouTube, let me know if you can hear the audio correctly. If you can, then sure, we'll continue. If not, then I'll troubleshoot. But anyway, so this is where the disconnect is in as far as materialism is concerned, where we are too attached to our possessions. And that's the conversation we were having yesterday. So we spoke about it, and I said, look, I somehow realized that, or maybe at this age, that there are some things that are more important than others. Sure, it's nice to have the latest gadget or any other thing that's material based. Don't get me wrong. It's things that I want. I mean, they bring convenience and all of that. But I think the difference starts to come in when these items now start to define your world, your entire world. So this is something that I wanted to, or at least I was playing in my head, and to try and reason it out. That look, so yesterday I lost some cash and I lost my phone, but I still have myself. And also, as a believer as well, you can take my life here on earth, but you can never take my soul. You can never take my spirit. So that's the one thing that is eternal, that can never, ever, ever be taken from me. Okay, so that's the conversation I was having in my mind. And immediately after the incident, I went to go see my girlfriend, my daughter, super excited that I could see her smile and she could say, "Hey, dad, come here." And she was showing me her nails because her mom did her nails and they're looking absolutely stunning. So I got to realize that, wow, man, I'm super blessed and super protected because it could have been a different story altogether. So apologies about that. It could have been a different story altogether now that I look back at the events that happened, right? So um, I know I'm strong willed, and obviously sometimes you have to go through fire so that you can separate the other materials from gold. But I believe I've got a spirit of gold. And with that being said, we keep on marching on. But I'm okay. I'm okay. Um, and I'm glad that I also have a very loving and supporting family. So, yeah, um, definitely that's something that really stood out for me yesterday. So, some might say, look, you should be sad and all of that. I think with anything else, I am much more also relieved as well because owning these things it does come with some pressure of some sort, right? So I'm not saying don't get yours. Don't get me wrong. I'll still drive that latest Porsche, my skin to rub against the most finest linen leather out there, and breathe in the most fresh air, go to the beach and like live my life. But I think I've somehow come to understand what is important, right? And it's the same thing that, in terms of spiritual teachings, that look, um, your soul, your spirit is eternal. The rest, man, come on, guys, we can't be stressing about these things. And then also, I mean, I came back home and fired up my laptop, and I could see because I was tracing the device, and I could see it on the map where I could, trace and see where it is and all of that. But then again, I called up my brother and I said, "Look, I can see where the phone is, and let's see if we can try and retrieve it and recover it." So we then got a car, drove around, um, and long story short, I I asked myself if it was worth it, because let's just imagine someone was harmed in the process, right? I feel like it wasn't. Now that I look back, and I'm appreciative, and we've had guys like Osvaldo come through here in studio to talk about the DeMartini method and some of these other psychological tools that one can make use of. You've got your lows, you've got your highs, but I look at yesterday and I feel like me wanting to go back and retrieve it, I think it was pointless. Despite how much I might feel like the phone is expensive, right? But I still think that it wasn't worth it, right? So with that being said, Vuga Nation, your boy is still alive. He's happy. He's a family man. I think it's much more defined right now. It's something I've always known that there are things that are more important, and I think people, love, relationships. I think that's what's really, really, really important than any other thing out there. So, in terms of living with purpose, this is something that has been redefined in my life, or it has taken on um, a different light, right? So, yeah, and I know usually there's this whole thing where when someone comes and experiences a near-death experience or something that really shakes their paradigm, then there's this whole thinking, or maybe there's a death in the family or whatever it is, or someone close to you dies, or you experience something that's when things become much more apparent to you. But I don't think that's the case right now because it's something that I was reading about, something I was educating myself about, and I've always known that, excuse me, that there is more to what we see here than what meets the physical eye. A simple example is I was watching the movie John Wick. Very, very interesting movie. There's a lot of action. I love, the choreography. it's good, but there was just something that really struck me because I think we're talking about John Wick 3, the Parabellum, the 3 and 4, where he goes after the high table. And something that really, really stood out for me is that he is chasing and going after the high table. And when he gets to the high table, it's a simple establishment where it's in the desert, just a marquee tent, and they are living without technology in the desert, but they control everything right here in the inner city. They control what happens in New York, they control what happens in these major cities, right? But where they are controlling it from is a simple establishment, very, very simple, minimal tech, if none at all. So, hence, when I say that it's something I've been thinking about, um, it really makes sense or it resonates for me that, look, not to go all spiritual, but when the Bible talks about you can't serve two masters at the same time, then if one is really attached to their physical, material um, things, then that in itself is a god because whatever happens to that thing, then it affects your mood, it affects your outlook in life. So if you lose, let's say, whatever, like I lost the phone yesterday, but um, I'm not too moved because I somehow understand that the same energy, which is the energy to create frequency and vibration, I do have that where I can create another one, right? So the fact that I also went out, looking for it, yeah, man, I, I, I somehow feel like I somehow played myself. But I'm glad it also happened because it also gave me that realization as well. Okay. So, guys, I can keep talking, right? I can keep talking. So, what I'm going to do right now is to try and see if I can get music to feed through. But let me know on YouTube as well as on our WhatsApp number 0604933226 if whether you can hear the music. But yeah, with that being said, guys, I am super grateful for a lot of things. So, um, as I'm talking to you right now, I am troubleshooting and trying to see if the audio can feed through. But also, right here in Soweto, Johannesburg, we do get load reduction, something different from load shedding, but we are trying to find a way to mitigate so that next time when this happens, you wouldn't even know that we are experiencing load reduction. As mentioned earlier, that right now I am battery powered. Okay, so I'm running on a laptop, fully charged last night, just to make sure that we are geared up for this morning to give you the Vooka Breakfast Show. And I'm sure, guys, you can tell today's a little bit different because, again, there's load reduction, but the energy, the momentum is still right here. Episode 199, one episode away from reaching 200. It is a milestone. I'm sure when we reach episode 1000, um, it'll also be a momentous event as well. But as it stands right now, look, episode 200, it really tested our will, it really tested our willpower, and we stuck to it. We stuck to it, and we wanted to make sure that on a daily basis we give you your daily positivity. So the Vooga Breakfast Show, different from any other podcast or radio show out there, because from a tech perspective, we wanted to link or fuse radio and television together. And I think we've achieved that, and it's time for the world to know what Soweto has to offer. And we've got these meaningful relationships that have come our way. I mean, we're talking about underground radio, and we streaming live to the airwaves of Durban. And my understanding is that, look, guys, this was just the beginning, and more is about to come. There's a song by Proverb that I like called Only Just Started. Sorry, it's called The Beginning, but the chorus by Ulungelo, I mean, he goes something like, guys, we've only just started. They think I've got it. There's There's no way I'm finishing. This is only the beginning. And this is exactly how I feel, that it's only the beginning. So um, these challenges, look, I think I'm done talking about them. So nothing but positive vibes. So, guys, every day we do give you news, sports, and everything else. So I'm just going to fire up my system here just to take you through it. But as mentioned, news, sports, um, financials, traffic, and all of that. And it's cloudy skies right now. It is the 18th of December 2025. And super happy to be here with you today. So let me just play some music. Just want to check a few things here so that I do not leave you with what is called dead air. Because for some reason, when it comes to radio, we want to keep hearing a sound. The moment there is dead air, it means that there's something wrong. Okay. So, okay, I can see that. All right. Okay, let me just play this here. Okay, so the sound is not feeding on my clean feed, which is a tool that we use here internally for audio. Okay, so let's try this one here. Right, I think I see what's happening. So I just need to feed the audio through to virtual cable. Sorry, guys, we are troubleshooting this as we go. I think on YouTube the audio is there, the music is there, right? It's just right here that we need to fix. And I'm almost there. Okay, almost there. All right, so let me know in the comments what's the one thing that you are grateful for this morning, right? When looking back at 2025, yes, there's been challenges, guys. There's been challenges. And what's the one thing, though, despite the challenges, despite the hardship, that you can absolutely say, look, this is the one thing that I'm grateful for? What's that one thing you can absolutely say you are grateful for? Okay. So I've done some troubleshooting here. Let's see if this will work. Yeah, let me know. What's the one thing that you can absolutely say you are grateful for? Okay, so I managed to somehow partially fix the audio where there is music and then there is also me having to switch the microphone so that this can work. But in the meantime, let me leave you with some music. And when I come back, I will give you your news, your sports, as well as your financials. Stay tuned. So yeah, guys, experiencing a bit of an issue here. So yeah, guys, experiencing a bit of an issue here. Okay, so I'll just be using the microphone that's built into the tablet, but glad that you can hear me. Glad that you are here. And you see that today we're doing things a little bit different. But if you're looking for a better listening experience, please head over to Underground Radio, dbn.co.za, or you can download the application on the Play Store as well as the App Store so that you can play the music and listen to us in the background. But if you open your browser, you should be able to head over to Underground Radio DBN and be able to listen to us. All right, so let's get back into the show. But before we do that, real quickly, I'm going to add or swap out at least this laptop for another one because, as mentioned, we are experiencing load reduction and we battery powered today. But regardless, we are still powered nonetheless. And yeah, so just give me a second. And apologies if you hear noises in the background. That's because I'm unable to unmute, but you should be able to hear me. But with that being said, let me just grab the laptop here quickly and we'll resume in a jiffy. But in the meantime, just send through your comments, right? If there's something that you want to send, type it in the comments and I will happily play it or read it out on air. Okay, I come back. So let me just switch on my video here. So hopefully you guys can hear and see me. All right, let me just push this back here. Okay, it's not looking as great as we normally have it, but yeah, it is what it is. So anyway, let's also get back here on Underground Radio and give you that positive start to your day. Okay, 1 second. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. All right, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Happy to be here. And it is a Thursday morning right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. I'm not sure if I should coin this episode as 199, but it is an episode nonetheless. Whether it's good or it's bad, it still counts as an episode because the day we have, or the moments that we have good episodes, we count them as, an episode. But if it's a bad episode, should we count it as an episode? I think we should. We should. At least that's what I think. That not only when things are good, that's when we count as into, but in terms of putting out your failures as well, and I put this in inverted commas. I think it should also be something that we market as well. Like, guys, hey, episode 199. I mean, we thought it's gonna be an episode that would be, um, the normal way that we do it with lights, cameras, studio equipment, and all of that. But it didn't pan out that way, and this just also goes to show that this is how life is, where one will face challenges, there will be obstacles along the way, but we are given that willpower to continue to make sure that we keep marching on. And yeah, now that I think about it, I think this should also be episode 199. This is how it panned out. These were the challenges, but the main thing, the main ingredients, the ingredient that no one, and I mean absolutely no one, can take away from the Vuga team is that we wake up and we show up. The name Vuga itself explains it, where we wake up and we show up and we are right here doing the things that we are supposed to do. Okay, so happy to be here again. And I'm not just saying that, I absolutely mean this, that I am genuinely happy. Guys, the other day when I was looking at the financials, right? I mean, it's something that I tend to do where I make some purchases using US dollars because some of these subscriptions that we use right here in studio, they are companies that are in the US and we pay using dollars and all of that. So when I was looking at how much the rand has improved, man, it was really exciting because just yesterday when we were checking, I got to see that it's around 16 rands. I mean, there was a time where it was just bordering just above 20 rand. And imagine if you want to buy something in US dollars, it will become pretty expensive real quickly. So yeah, I'm just gonna give you your financials in a second. And as mentioned, I mean, I could show you this right now, but I've got the tablet right here, right here in front of me. I've got laptop one, laptop two, and laptop three. So this laptop here, laptop three, is about to die out, and that's the one that I'm also using to power the router so that we can have internet and still broadcast. And I think, yo, guys, if we at this stage maybe even ask the Vooga team or anyone right here that um, if because this is something that we got used to, the moment that we can't or don't broadcast, most of us will be sad. And I'm sure for you guys that are also watching at home, it will be a thing of, so what do I do with my mornings now? But anyway, I think we will get a glimpse of that because on the 19th will be, well, tomorrow will be the last episode for the year. But then we're going to come back in 2026, ready to become um, yeah, that one-stop shop for your morning routine, energy, positivity, motivation, inspiration, and everything else in between. Okay, so let me just swap this guy out quickly before I give you your financials. Okay, so it will disconnect for a second or two because I'm gonna power it using this laptop. Yeah, but for now, um, let me just quickly power this guy up, and once I'm done, we should be able to continue thereof. So this guy has played in Dimayake because the time right now is 2 minutes to 8. So for the past hour, it's this guy that has been powering this entire experience. So yeah, thank you so much for this laptop. So let's move on to the next one. But it's gonna disconnect for a second or two. But once we are back online, then the positive vibes continue. So then I'll give you your financials as well as something that I want us to talk about, which is ubuyisa something. You know, when you borrow your neighbor something, some of them don't return it, right? So we're going to talk about that as soon as I come back. But in the meantime, let me play some music over at Underground. At least this side, you'll still be able to hear me. I'll talk to you right here on YouTube. And yeah, let me just quickly do that. Here we are. Okay, looks like we are back online. Okay, we're back online and hopefully, yeah, this laptop will power us for the next hour, but it might have started rough, but we're gonna definitely end it off with a bang. Okay. So yeah, guys, it might have started off a little bit rough, but definitely we're gonna end this off with a bang. The time right now is 2 minutes after the hour, 8 o'clock, and you are listening to the Vooka Breakfast Show with myself, Bani Lemnui. This is episode 199, and you might be thinking, hey, this is radio. Why call them episodes, right? But I mean, we are infusing where radio meets TV, and sometimes, in the podcast world, we do number these things. Not sometimes, but most of the time, if not all the time. But it helps us keep track of the work that we do. So, episode 199, guys, it's rough, but I told myself whether it's raining, whether it is sunny, I will come here and stream. So, a few comments came through right here on YouTube, starting off with the first one. Good morning, Vuga team. Hashtag Vuga Breakfast Show. Hashtag Savugile, a rainy morning. Definitely right here in Joburg, it is currently cloudy and raining. God so loved you and he's good all the time. Glory to him. Yeah, guys. So earlier I was just sharing a story of an incident that happened to me yesterday. Long story short, I don't have a phone. I was attacked by four guys. I was not physically harmed, but I lost cash that I had on me as well as my phone. But guess what? The one thing I didn't lose was my life, right? Super grateful to be able to talk to my little one. I went to my girlfriend yesterday, spoke to her a little bit, and then I was able to appreciate the little things in life. And I've always told guys right here in studio that, look, in terms of materialism, most of us um, do go through that journey where we struggle sometimes to detach from all these things that are physical. But right now, honestly speaking, I'm at a age where I am understanding what really matters, and I think relationships, people, lives, these are the things that matter. In fact, for some reason, something just says to me, look, with the platform that we have right here on the Vuga Breakfast Show, one of the things that we can do is to appeal to these young ones right here in the township that, look, um, rather than saying that things are bad and just calling it a day, we could run a program to uplift and take these young ones from the jaws of death, because in terms of the journey that they are traveling, this does actually lead to the grave or prison or anything in between that. So I think the obligation is with us. I mean, sure, funny enough, guys, there's that that's ringing. Something I've always wanted to do, but I'm not saying that it's because of this that I'll be doing that. But yeah, 100%. It's something that I'll be thinking about doing for the new year, because some of them might not necessarily be out, thinking of gangsterism, but there are things that could derail the youth, more especially when it comes to substance abuse. We're talking alcohol, um, especially when it comes to vaping or what's this one called again? Hobly. They think it's harmless up until it becomes an addiction that gradually forms into something else. So we do have an initiative right here called Vuandota, and I think we should do more, because this is where we need to take care of our own community. Now, if this whole thing um, of Ivugandot transforms at least one individual, one person that also transforms their family, I think it would have been worth it, right? So it's something that we should absolutely champion. And I'm glad because the gentlemen right here, we're talking Moosey, we're talking Mo, we're talking Steve, and the guys right here, this is something that they are pushing and they are down for that. Huge advocates for transforming lives. And we started this thing thinking, ah, man, it's just a breakfast show. Let's just go ahead and do it. And not knowing or seeing that the potential here is not just the breakfast show, but it's to impact lives. and make sure that people are being transformed in various ways. So um, yeah, all I see is God's hand. And then TK comes through and says, "Good morning, Vuga Nation. Um, Good morning, Vuga Nation, and amazing team. Sivugile on this rainy Thursday morning. Hope you are all keeping well. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show." And then my mom comes through and says, "Super happy to see you, Mr. B." Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But there's, a number of plans that are planned for next year. Now that, we are also streaming on underground radio, we're going to take over SA, right? So Johannesburg and Durban already, we're saturating the airwaves. And then pretty soon, man, we'll be doing it, in Durban, thereafter, the entire country. So this country, Africa as a whole, the world as a whole is our oyster playground to play with, right? So yeah, Vugandota, I think it's even much more prominent right now, and it's something that we should absolutely start doing more of. But as mentioned earlier, guys, that I will give you your financials this morning because when it comes to, did I close it? I think I did, yeah. But when it comes to ensuring that you are kept abreast of what's happening. Let me quickly give you your financials for this morning. And I had them just here a second ago. There we go. Found them right now. Okay. So, um, so there's excellent news for our tech enthusiasts, someone like me, and for those that love traveling, because the US dollar is playing nice today. It's 16 rands 73 cents, making those imported gadgets or American getaways a little bit less of a splurge. And moving on to the Great British Pound. So if you're dreaming of a London holiday with the British Pound now at 22 rands 33 cents, you might want to start saving a little extra for those iconic fish and chips, right? And then moving on to the European euro. If you're dreaming of an escape in the European, with the euro hovering at 19 rand 61 cents, it's almost 20 rand for every single euro. So maybe pack a little extra biltong for snacks. And the Japanese yen stands at 11 cents. So good news for the ramen or noodles or spaghetti individuals. And yeah, for those that want to also travel to Japan and all of that, the rand is trading strong with 11 cents against the Japanese yen. So your Tokyo getaway just got a little lighter on the wallet. And then the Australian dollar currently is 11 rand 8 cents. So if you're dreaming of the Aussie adventure, the dollar is down under and currently sitting at 11 rand 8 cents. So you might need a little, you might need to sell a few more Borovos rolls to make that flight happen. And then lastly, with your Chinese yuan, it stands at 2 rands 38 cents. The Chinese yuan is currently sitting at 2 rands 38 cents against the rand. So those exciting imports from the east are keeping their price tags predictable for your local shopping spree. So that's it for your financials this morning. And if you want to make purchases online, look, I'll say this, guys, that in a long time, this is good news to see because the rand wasn't doing quite well for quite some time. And as mentioned, guys, that when it comes to your neighbors, right? People that love borrowing things, and you get to experience them in various forms or sizes, whether it is a family function, type away, can I borrow this? I'll bring it back. We've somehow experienced all of this in our lifetimes where I'll bring it back just now, right? So someone comes through and they hear they want to borrow some sugar, some airtime or pot from a neighbor, and usually they'll say to you, look, I'll bring it back just now. So I need you guys to imagine the following, that it's 7 p.m. and the stove is on, onions are frying, and suddenly you realize there is no sugar, or worse, the pot is missing. So you don't panic, right? Because you've got connects, you've got people that you can call up. So you just grab a cup and you walk next door, right? And you say, Coco, hey neighbor, ngicela shugela, or can I get some oil, or can I ngicela uboleke anyanyise one, right? So these are some of the things that we experience. I mean, we've done this, and more especially if, let's say, you've got a neighborly neighbor, where if you are in lack as well, you can also go to them and say, hey neighbor, this is what I need, please assist me with the following, and they should be able to do that, right? So you go there and you ask, right? Now, here's the thing, guys, but remember, let's just imagine that this was sugar that you borrowed on Monday and now it's Friday, and the pot itself has already cooked 3 meals in 2 different houses. And in terms of airtime, and all of those things, you've called, you've done everything. So we know that in the township, um, particularly, this is not stealing, right? However, um, we don't say that it's rude. We say that it's community. Like, we trust one another. We want to become um, neighborly towards each other. And because if it's not me today, tomorrow it will be you. Um, but then, if you were to try and explain this to someone else, like outside the township, it wouldn't necessarily make a lot of sense to them, because in the north, there is high walls and people keep to themselves. But obviously, in the township, because our spaces are much more clustered together, it is something that is acceptable, right? In that regard. So they would ask, why didn't you just go to the shop? Because right now, this is what we're normally experiencing. So you are lacking something, and one would ask, but why don't you just go to the shop? I don't think that's neighborly. So let me know, guys, if you have, or what do you think about um, Kikopa, to borrow something and I'll bring it back. Um, I'll bring it back before you know it, and then obviously that thing doesn't come back. Okay. So yeah, I mean, this is a small thing that we laugh about, which actually shows something powerful in the township. So survival has always been a shared responsibility. What looks bizarre to others is just something that we can always um, deem it as, hey, this is how we do things right here. So let me know in the comments that when it comes to borrowing things from your neighbor, is this something that you do? And if your neighbor does come through and borrow something from you, do you frown upon it? Because we understand that in the township, um, this is something that we do all the time. And funny enough, on Monday, we had guys from this organization, Stint, right? Okay. So Stint is a NPO that is geared towards helping individuals in the township. So if they're looking for things like, um, food or other essentials like your toiletries, hygiene, and all of that, they can come through and assist in that regard. So we've got some food hampers that we've given some away, something that we're going to post on our social media, of course. But then this just goes to show how much um, people are in need for some of these things, and as a result, we want to make sure that if there is provision, let no one go to sleep without having something in their tummy, more especially the young ones as well, um, where some of these things could also lead to crime, right? Like I experienced yesterday. I mean, for whatever reason, some of these things, sure, not justifiable, but I think hunger can drive someone towards experiencing um, that lack, which will then inevitably lead them towards a path of crime, which for most of them, the pathway is death as well as prison, right? So, yeah, so Stint doing major things. So, we're going to be posting these photos of these families that are in need. And hopefully, for this festive season, they will have something in their tummy
that will allow them to eat as a family all together. So another thing that we want to do right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show is to ensure that come next year, we do more of these programs. So I've already spoken about this one for men or these young boys, Vugandota, which is purely geared towards, assisting these young boys and shaping their minds and also not giving up on our own, right? And then there is the philanthropy component where we start, giving away these sanitary pads as well as food hampers because one of the guests that we had right here in studio, I think it was Mae Adelaide, she spoke about the importance of sanitary pads, for these young girls, and most of them panic during the holidays right now because there isn't any assistance. Because normally they would receive these pads from school, but because the schools are closed, they are now worried that they don't have any sanitary pads. They do not have any food from the food soup kitchen from the school. So it does impact quite a lot. So I think because I've seen the need, and one of our guests was Tay, came through and said, because you're in the middle class, some of these ills or reality out there, we do not see it and we are closed off from it. And we think that life is just one way, and which is your way or how you experience it as someone in the middle class. Yeah, sure, there are different levels in the middle class. You do get those that are well off, like the higher middle class, then you get your mid tier as well as your lower tier. But middle class means sure you can get something in your tummy. You can eat at least at night, right? So something that we're definitely gonna have to start doing, doing more donations and these food parcels and partaking in activities that would feed the hungry. But not only that, Vuga Academy is media based, right? So, in terms of courses, it's just to ensure that these guys, we don't only give them fish, but we teach them to get fish. So, we're going to be doing a lot of those programs that, yes, we are feeding the nation, we are upskilling, um, we are talking to these young boys, but at the same time, we're also showing them that this is how you can live, this is how you can make money. One of the skills that I obtained at a very early age is the ability to work with graphics. So we're talking graphic design, we're talking about photo manipulation, photography, and all of these skills are coming through right now, right? Because we're using this right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. Skills that guys like Mo has, when it comes to presenting, how do you do this? I mean, I feel like we can do something meaningful right here in the community, and this can also allow whoever that we are training to be able to become number one, employable. If not, they should be at least start their own business, right, and be able to make money thereof. So something that we're looking forward to doing quite a lot when it comes to the new year. And it doesn't only become just about streaming, but it gives this whole initiative a purpose, right? So Fuga Academy definitely coming through to upskill in that regard so that they can start making money and living and also making a difference in the community as opposed to just being a citizen, but becoming a responsible citizen that partakes in the affairs of their community and making a change. So, yeah, looking forward definitely to that. And as we chill in the festive season, I know that um, for me personally, this is something that I'll be, pondering and thinking about as we move on to 2026. And I heard someone say 2026 also rhymes with 2020 rich, right? Yeah, so yeah, that's that. So, guys, let's move on to today in history because these are some of these events that took place in the past, which highlight and are now milestones that happened in the past. So most of us love movies, and in 2009, this is crazy, guys, because in 2009, James Cameron, the same guy that did the Titanic, In 2009, the movie Avatar, starring Sam, Zoe Saldana, as well as Sigourney Weaver, released in the US, becoming the highest grossing film of all time. Avatar, guys. Avatar, the highest grossing film of all time. So, Avatar was primarily filmed and set on Pandora, a lush, fictitious moon orbiting the gas giant Polyphemus in the Alpha Centauri system. Pandora is depicted as a breathtaking world of bioluminescent forests, floating hallelujah mountains, and diverse wildlife. If you haven't seen the movie, this will absolutely make sense because you can see that they are in touch with nature. There's this giant tree right in the center, and everyone right there is able to connect with nature. And they've got their ways of connecting, the same way you and I connect using smartphones, but they found a way, or at least they connect through nature itself, and they are one with nature, right? So, this movie came out in 2019, and so this includes the Navi people, which they are the blue people. So, it's a humanoid species deeply connected to nature. The setting becomes iconic for its groundbreaking visual effects and immersive 3D world building, helping the film achieve this record breaking success. I'll tell you this, guys. I love this movie. I went to the cinema to go and watch it. And the second one that came out, Avatar Way of the Water, where in the first one we were exposed to the people of the trees, right? Because that's where the setting was for the first movie that came out. And then the second one, Way of the Water, that one is set up where they are now going to, it's still, the Navi people, but these ones are more water based, right? So they've adapted in terms of microevolution because they still look the same. It's just that these ones are more um, evolved to survive in the water and all of that. That one too, I enjoyed it. I think I watched it about 2 weeks ago, and it was an absolute pleasure to watch because I love movies nowadays, and I think it's something I'll be watching in the holiday season. And when I say holiday, all the way through to January the 19th, because we're going to be closed. But yeah, Avatar was a huge, absolute huge success. And yeah, definitely, man. If you haven't seen it, please go out and watch it. You can rent it on these platforms online, or just try and Google it and see how you can watch Avatar. I think you will love it. For me, right now, whenever I watch a movie, yes, there's the underlined, the storyline, but then there's also that message subconsciously so that is depicted in the movie. And for me, Avatar is about being connected. Avatar was, look, you've got technology, it's cool, but then we've got our own technology and we are happy. And we are absolutely happy. So, yeah, in 2018, Manchester United sacks high profile Portuguese manager Jose Mourinho. United in sixth place in the EPL, so 19 points behind leaders Liverpool. So yeah, so in 2019 at Old Trafford, nicknamed the Theatre of Dreams, is Manchester United iconic home stadium in Greater Manchester, England, with a capacity of over 74,000 seats. So opened in 1910, it's one of the most famous football venues in the world, hosting countless historic matches and serving as a symbol of United's global legacy. Beyond football, it's a cultural landmark, attracting millions of visitors annually for tours, events, and its rich sporting heritage. One of the things that I want to do, guys, is go to England and go watch a soccer match and come back. So I'm a Chelsea fan, love Chelsea so much. So that's one of the things that I'll definitely do because when going to the UK, I need to check on the schedule of where Chelsea is playing. I need to see at least one Chelsea match in my life, right? And something we were talking about with Mo that look, definitely when we go that side, even in the La Liga, right, in Spain, I need to go watch Barcelona, right? So obviously, when checking the itinerary, we need to make sure that okay, guys, we're gonna do whatever we do, but then even if it means staying an extra night, we have to do that just so that we can go see a match in um, or for me at least to watch Chelsea. But even if it's any other team, fine, I'll be content with that. But also come back with that authentic Chelsea jersey. I saw the latest match that they were playing. Oh, guys, the kit looks absolutely good. Nowadays, kits, soccer kits look absolutely amazing. So yeah, that's one thing I definitely want to do. And then lastly, in today in history, in 2022 FIFA World Cup final, Lusail Stadium, Qatar, Argentina beats France 4-2 in a penalty shootout after teams locked at a 3-3 after extra time. So Lionel Messi scores 2 goals for Argentina, Kylian Mbappe a hat trick for France. This is absolutely interesting. And in terms of the number of days, guys, we've been counting since we started. And right now, because we are drawing closer towards the end of the year, I'm sure you are also doing a countdown on your own. So today, as the 18th of December 2025, the number of days that we are into the year, today is the 352nd year, 52nd day, sorry, of the year. 352. That's how much days we have gone into the year. And the number of days that are remaining up until we close 2026 is only 13 days, 1 3, right? And I can already picture Musi saying, that's insane. That's crazy, man. Only 13 days that are remaining. And we're looking at just shy of 2 weeks because 13 days, it's about 2 weeks. Well, 1 week and a couple of days. But we should be saying goodbye to 2025. And in case you're wondering, New Year and Christmas, they always fall on the same day, right? So if Christmas is on, like in this case, it'll be on a Thursday, which is next week. Thursday is Christmas Day. New Year's will also be on a Thursday as well. Okay, so next week, Thursday is Christmas Day, and that other Thursday, it is New Year's Day. 2025, goodbye. It has been epic. I loved you so much. A lot of lessons, some pills hard to swallow, but swallowed them nonetheless. There was immense growth that one experienced, so happy about that. And we'll continue marching on and ensuring that I keep learning. But 2025, I would do this again. It has been epic. And, we're saying goodbye in 13 days. So if you have already drafted your New Year's resolutions, and if you don't mind sharing them, let us know. Because some people have New Year resolutions to not create New Year resolutions. And that's just, yeah, crazy, guys. But anyway, in terms of celebrity birthdays, Billie Eilish is born today and turning 24 years old. So she was born December 18th, 2001, Kili 2000, and she's famously known as a electro pop star. So she rose with Ocean Eyes and Don't Smile at Me. So those were the songs that she is famously known for. So for anyone looking at courting her, she's not married at the moment, but something interesting about her is that she was the first artist born in the 2000s to achieve number one album on the Billboard 200 chart. Very interesting. And another figure that most of you know about is none other than Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt, yes, the actor Brad Pitt. Guys, Brad Pitt is turning 62 years old. I kid you not, 6'2". The guy still looks good. He still looks good. Something I should also aspire to, that in my 50s and 60s, I should still look absolutely good. 62 years old. Born today, December 18th, 1963. 62 years old. And he's an acclaimed actor, starred in Fight Club, Moneyball, Benjamin Button, World War Z, Inglorious Bastards. Yeah, so but there's just quite a number of movies that he has starred in. Brad Pitt turning 62 years young. 62. That's crazy, guys. He was born 1963. Old enough to be my dad, right? But I mean, if you put us side by side, we probably look like we the same age. So whatever he's eating, he should continue doing that, right? So for anyone that wants to snatch him up, he is currently not married. And an interesting fact that he was once banned from entering China because of his role in the 1997 film 7 Years in Tibet, right? Very interesting. So if you haven't seen that movie, go out and watch it. Now, heading over to YouTube and looking at the comments, Z comes through and says, a very good morning, excuse me, Vuga Nation Underground Radio, DBN, Sifugile, and wishing you all a blessed day ahead. Hashtag Vuga Breakfast Show. Right, so that's the name, guys. That's the name that will be shouted in 2026. Vuga Breakfast Show. Do you listen to the Vuga Breakfast Show? Better yet, do you also watch the Vuga Breakfast Show? Do you follow the Vuga Breakfast Show? It is a movement, and it's something that I'm proud to say that the Vuga team has gone ahead and given it life and personified it and made it a thing so that you guys can have your morning routines with us right here. Episode 199, and super stoked because a little bit earlier, excuse me, a little bit earlier I was talking about, hey guys, should we celebrate our wins publicly, and then when we lose we should somehow stay away from publicizing those losses. And it's something that we spoke about earlier in the year, where we were asking the exact same question, that whenever you win you go public, and then when something happens which is not the desired outcome of the result, should you then not publicize it and let it not go out there? And I don't think that's the case, right? So episode 199, this is episode 199. There is load reduction, guys, right? But we still said, look, we're going to do this regardless, right? There's challenges, sure, but we're still going to do this. So tomorrow, there's going to be electricity, and we're going to come through, give you a daily dose of positivity. And we're still keeping at it, guys. 3 hours, right? No shy of 3 hours, from 7 to 10. Whether it's raining, even if it's a rapture, and people are being people are ascending to heaven, and hey guys, but we're still gonna make sure that we stream, even if it is a rapture, even if there's something going on, we will make sure that from 7 to 10. I mean, I can have a conversation and say, Lord, let me finish the stream. Let me tell people, who take guys, the rapture is happening right now. Tune in. And if you say, sorry for you, but yeah, the rapture has taken place. But then, yeah, stay tuned. We'll be streaming from heaven, right? Even if that happens, we will still make sure that we give you your daily dose. Last week, Tuesday, we were burying my grandfather, and the show still continued. I mean, there is these conversations that, or questions that one would ask that, okay, Banila, but there are times where you should stop. Sure, I agree. I wasn't here in studio, I wasn't streaming, but then the team, held it down. So we continue regardless. And yeah, another celebrity birthday today is Sia, SIA, and she was born in 1975, December 18th, and she's turning 50 years old. Look, I think with some of these celebrities, because most of the time when we see them already being made up, polished, and they look absolutely amazing. Because Sia looks, yeah, she looks really, really young. You might think that the Australian pop star is probably in her 30s, but 50, right? So as a Australian pop star, famed for Chandelier, co-founded LSD with Diplo and Labyrinth. She is currently separated and in the process of divorcing her second husband, Daniel Bernard. Yeah, I wonder who's going to be third. But an interesting fact about her is that she often hides her face with oversized wigs and costumes to maintain privacy and shift focus onto her music rather than her appearance. I might be mistaken about this, but I think she was in one of these shows, whether it's The Voice or whatever. But um, she would have this fringe that would cover her eyes, and we just know that, guys, that's Sia, right? That's Sia, um, and the name itself sounds like, hey, see her, but then we don't really see her, right? So those are your celebrity birthdays. If you know anyone that is celebrating their birthday today, do reach out right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. And yeah, let's give them an honorable mention, an honorable shout out. 13 days just before we close 2025. And it has been an epic year. Right. So moving on to the comments right here, because I can see that more came through. More comments came through. Apologies. So, wow. Zinda says, wow, Brad Pitt is a pensioner. He is. Right. He is. He really looks good for his age. And hence I say, sometimes we see people on screen, and yeah, for sure, when we look at them through the screen, they look absolutely good. But then when you take a look at, if you were to see them in person, you can start to see no, the wrinkles are showing, right? But yeah, I mean, at the age of 62, he's looks good, looks really good. And then Hector Takalani, hey bro, it's been a while. It's been a while. Please don't be alarmed when you see us streaming like this. There's load reduction, and this is episode 199. So we want to make sure that tomorrow the full team, everyone will be here to give you episode 200. That's crazy. Episode 200. It takes a lot to put together just one episode, but we've done this, or we will be doing this for the 200th time. In fact, we've gone above 200 because sometimes we would pre record, and when pre recording, we don't count those as episodes, right? But if it's live like this, then it is considered an episode. So 199 today, tomorrow, episode 200. Everyone's going to be here. It's going to be epic. We're going to dance. We're going to celebrate because we should absolutely celebrate. TK, we've met a couple of times. He's been here to the studio. He's won a couple of tickets. Oh man, now that I'm thinking about it, but it's something we're going to cover tomorrow because we're going to talk about all of the events that we've gone to. Your 250 and Cedar, a very lavish pub, grill, restaurant out in Four Ways. TK won tickets. Him and the wife, he got married this year. We also met him at Lebo Soweto Backpackers. And yeah, it's just going to be a lot. I mean, some guys also want tickets for the Kota Festival. So we've done a lot. We've done a lot. But the nice thing is that we've documented everything. So everything is documented. So happy about that. And then, so TK comes through and says, good morning, my nation. Wishing you all the best festivals. To you also, my good sir, and to your family, to your wife. Have an absolutely amazing festive season. Let it not be short of any laughter. Eat as much as you can, because 2026 we need to go out and grind and provide for our families. We need to become men that are noble. Okay. And then Z comes through and says, shout out to episode hashtag 199. Yo, guys, and going for 200, ensuring that the stream goes on regardless of the challenges faced, right? Regardless of the challenges that are faced. And mhlawumbe also to anyone that follows the Vuga Nation, makunzima kusasa, when things are tough, when things are rough, think about the Vooka Breakfast Show, guys. Some of the things, yes, we don't want to mention it on air because we don't want to come here and sob and be like, yo, things are tough, things are rough. But trust me, there are challenges, there are obstacles, but the goal, it's becoming more clearer right now that when we say you're like an energetic start to your day, we absolutely mean it. Despite the challenges that are happening, we're not saying ignore them. Absolutely not. What we are saying is take note of what needs to be done, handle it, and then make sure that you start your day on a positive note. Make sure that your routine or your mindset is tuned so that it is that of a positive nature. Okay. So yeah, that's the Vooka Breakfast Show, your energetic start to the day. accompanied by that daily dose of positivity. So, guys, I've been talking for quite some time. We do have a guest coming through a bit later on, and I just want to double check if he's still coming through. But in terms of the system, we've got enough power right here. Okay, we've got enough power to keep us running until 10. Right now, I'm on 74% on the laptop. The tablet, let me just double check here. Oh, guys, okay, on the tablet, I'm on 8%. Okay, let me just lower the brightness a little bit, but I can charge the tablet on, I can charge the tablet using this laptop because this one is on 74, but I'm juggling. And for the most part, it is turning out and panning out quite well. Okay, so there was a charger right here, and let me just look for it. There we go, found it. It's actually this Type-C cable. So I think for me personally, I'll just look back on this episode and be like, yo, guys, wow, 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 wow. Okay, let's make sure he's charging. There we go. Tablet is charging, so this guy will deplete a little bit quicker. But I think the nice thing is that we've got about 15 minutes before electricity comes back. So when electricity comes back for the last hour, we should be able to run the stream the way that we are used to. But this says that, look, I mean, back in the days, whenever we had load reduction, we would just send out a message, hey guys, we can't stream and all of that. But yeah, no, we're not accepting that. We're not accepting that. I think izosithola phambili, the day that we can get a nice generator. And when I say generator, I don't mean the one that makes noise, but we're talking about a UPS, an uninterrupted power supply that kicks in when there is load reduction. Enough power to power the computer, the screens, the lights here in studio for a minimum of 3, well, let me say 4 hours. At least that's what we're looking forward to right now. And izosithola phambili, right? So when it comes to opportunities, it's often been said that it's better for you to lie in wait of an opportunity that you are ready for, rather than you not being ready and an opportunity comes and just like that it slips up and it's gone, never to come back. So would rather be ready. Ready means, look, yeah, sure, we are streaming on YouTube as well as underground radio. Even streaming to YouTube and underground radio, despite the fact that there is load reduction, means quite a lot. But when that day comes where we can have a UPS, you won't even notice that we have load reduction or even load shedding, right? Because we will have power for days. Another thing that I'd like to show you guys, but yeah, I can only talk about it, is in terms of the smartphones, it's not a new category altogether, but it's basically taking these foldable phones a step forward. So here I'm talking about a phone that folds twice. So we are used to a flip phone, right? A flip phone, you open it, I mean, think Motorola back in the days, and you would flip this phone and it's called a flip phone, but you flip it once. And then we see a new, well, it's basically the same thing, but the latest ones where you've got the Samsung Flip, Samsung phone Flip, and you flip it inside, it is a full screen, but then when it's folded, nice and portable, you can take it anywhere you want. Yeah, so we used to that, as well as the Galaxy Fold. Now, the Galaxy Fold, think of a book. On the one side or the cover of the book, you still have a screen, but when you open up the phone, just like how you would open up a book, that's where you would see a full expanse, a full expanse screen, and you can watch movies, you can do all of that, which is great, absolutely great. I think maybe for me that will probably be my next smartphone. but I do love the convenience of having a pen with your smartphone. Hence, I'll probably be split between getting an Ultra S25, 26 Ultra, or that folding phone. But the latest one that just came out, which it's not yet available in the US, it's still Korea and these other countries, is a fold. It's a phone by Samsung which folds two times, not just once but two times. So think of a normal smartphone where it's a slab you can hold in your hand. We're used to this, similar to the iPhone. But then this one I'm talking about, you can open it three times. So take your phone, just picture your phone, and then take copies of your phone two times. So you've got three phones. So when it's unfolded, right? When it's unfolded, you've got like three phones side by side, and essentially you've got like a tablet experience. Okay, you've got a tablet experience, and then when you don't need the tablet, you can fold it and use it as a normal phone. So this is where we headed with smartphones, and yeah, man. So this tri-fold, um, it's going to be coming out next year from Samsung, but then other vendors out there have already created one. I think Huawei were first to market. When I say market, meaning released, they're the first ones that released this trifold. But then Samsung is coming through with its own iteration, and yeah, it should be an interesting year in the year 2026. But um, for me, when watching the reviews online, there's talks about this being a gimmicky phone. And back then, I would have thought the same. But having played with a foldable phone, I can see the advantages of having a much bigger real estate, because the current Samsung Galaxy Fold 7, think of two phones side by side. When you've opened it, you can run one type of app on the other side and then another app on the other side. So think of the web browser on the left hand side of the screen, right? And then on the right hand side, you can open up, your banking app or Microsoft Word, and then you should be able to work in between the two apps easily. So, and the collaboration is actually seamless. Having played with it. So, do I think this one will be a gimmick? I mean, I don't think so, right? If the money allows, then sure, 100%. I'll probably get myself that phone as well. Um, but I've also seen that most people are used to your slab phones, the ones that most of us are making use of. And look, for the most part, it works, right? It works, and you can swear by those phones, because these ones, they're also on the cutting edge of technology, and there's a lot of things that could go wrong. So especially if there are moving parts, because when you've got a foldable phone, right in the center it should have a hinge, and whenever you open and close your phone, um, in terms of what the phone is rated for, in terms of opening and closing, um, you can quickly see that this phone won't really last forever, similar to a slab phone, compared to a slab phone. Apologies. So, in my opinion, obviously there are your tech adopters, people that would love to try out this technology and all of that. And for me, I just think it's interesting. I think it's interesting because another concept that also has to do with smartphones is smartphone peak. That are we at the peak of smartphones? Okay, a phone from 2 years ago compared to a phone that came out yesterday, there isn't really that much. The only thing right now is AI, because phones now have in-device chips, processors that are able to speed up AI workflows. Okay, and these workflows, we're talking things like generating text or generating of an image. So they are, I mean, we use them, sure, but as it stands right now, whenever you create an AI workload like prompting ChatGPT, this is something that goes to the cloud, and then it comes back with the data and information. It's something that you do not generate locally on your smartphone. So that's the difference. I mean, in terms of cameras, sure, you'll find that there's just a slight improvement here and there. But then phones from 5 years ago were taking excellent pictures. My Microsoft Lumia 950 XL had only one camera at the back, and it took absolutely amazing photos. And this is a phone that came out in 2015. Took absolutely amazing photos. Even a phone that came before that, which was the Lumia 920, also took amazing photos at that time. And compared to today, it can still hold its own. But this is what I'm asking. I mean, I feel like we've reached your smartphone peak, and that's why Samsung is also innovating, trying to come up with new ways of computing. So, sure, right now we've got your flip phones, we've got your folding phones, as well as this one that I'm talking about, which is your tri folding phone, that when you expand it out, it looks like a tablet. It looks like a tablet. So, this is where they're trying to innovate because your normal slab phones, I think we've reached the peak. Think about cars as well. Cars from the 1960s, in terms of driving, a car is still a car, but what they are doing to make these cars modern is infusing a whole lot of technology inside the car, but at the core function of being able to travel from point A to point B, a car is still a car. But if you get a car today, you're going to ask questions like, does it have Apple Play? Does it have Android Auto, some of these other safety features like your cameras, your rear cameras, parking assist, and all of that stuff. Now, because I've driven for quite some years, I think it's great to have cameras that can assist you to park and all of that. But because I'm old school and I know I speak for myself. Sorry guys, I know I speak for myself. I know some people will think that look, for me, I rely quite a lot on parking assist or I need my rear cameras and all of that. Don't get me wrong, I'll also get those. I think these are great, but I'm old school like that. So for me, car, it's just a car. In terms of luxury, sure, but we've had luxury cars even back in the days where you would get a Porsche, maybe a 911 Turbo S back then, and the leather, everything about it was luxury. You get a Rolls Royce from back then, it was luxury. Sure, now it's infused with a bit of tech, but luxury is luxury, and I think it stands independent of technology in of itself. Sure, in terms of material design, where they're coming up with these soft materials that are easy to clean. Sure, I mean, why not? Like I would take that. But in terms of a car, it's on four wheels. It drives around, and that's it. It's the same from 1960. Again, the only thing that has changed is the tech itself. So when it comes to smartphones, yeah, sure. We're able to take photos, right? We've got color screens. We've got a refresh rate on the screen where it's refreshing 90 times every second. So whenever you are scrolling, you get like a much smoother motion as opposed to it being choppy. You've got A-grade cameras. I mean, mid-tier phones, mid-range phones, they've got three cameras, right? You've got a camera for your macro, which means that if you were to bring your smartphone camera closer to a subject, it's got a built-in camera, macro camera, that's able to zoom in onto small items, right? You've got your telephoto lens where you can zoom in and bring objects that are far much closer. And then you've got your primary lens where you can take photos. And nowadays, we're talking smartphones that have 50 megapixels with the primary camera shooter. In terms of the front facing camera, we're talking about 12, 20, and up to 50 megapixels. So smartphones nowadays are really good, and I think for me the deciding factor would be speed, right? That if you've got a smartphone that is a flagship, you'll see that it's quite faster right? So that's the difference. But sure, so I understand why they want to innovate. I understand why they want to, try these new categories. Even with Meta, Facebook, they also, I mean, they're not in the smartphone space, but they're in the AR smart glasses. These glasses, they believe that this will be the smartphone of the future or smart device that almost everyone will eventually have. So they'll put on these glasses, they should be able to get their emails, talk to people, and all of that. So, yeah, that's still something that's coming in the future. Price wise, still a bit pricey, if you ask me. But imagine there was a time when, having a phone, a mobile phone, was a huge thing, huge thing. There was a time where you would get like your Benz, BMW having phones in the car where they could make phone calls. People didn't have phones then. And I think as South Africa, we skipped this whole era of a pager. I know in the US they use that quite a lot, but then we just went straight from, having landlines to cell phones. Okay. So we've got our cell phones, we start making calls, everyone, is connected. And then things become affordable where now technology is democratized and people can start to afford smartphones. And now it has gone to such a place where, um, I mean, if you are a 1K, you probably had your first phone after the age of 20, as a 2K, um, before that, right? Maybe even multiple phones. I mean, I had my first phone. In fact, I bought myself my first phone. But nowadays, kids, your kids have phones, right? So this just goes to show how much tech has been democratized. So coming to these smart glasses, I think probably when the price goes down after a couple of years, that's when we will have them readily available and people can start using them and it becomes a thing. But for now, I still think smartphones are still here to stay. And yeah, they're not going anywhere. If anything else, even the service around it has improved quite dramatically. I mean, if you own an iPhone, you are almost guaranteed 6 to 7 years of software updates, meaning that right now, iPhone 18, if you were to buy the iPhone 17 and which runs iOS 18, you can rest assured that that phone 7 years from now will get the latest operating system, which at the time will be iOS 23. Okay, so even with Samsung, not as much as Apple, but you're now guaranteed, I think, about 5 years of software updates with Samsung, right? So um, I see why they want to innovate, and I say, sure, by all means, continue, do innovate. Just want to see if there's some comments here. Hey, bro, my screen is stuck now. But yeah, guys, in terms of the release cycle of Apple and Samsung, so Samsung releases their flagship phones in the first quarter of the year, which is going to be Jan or Feb, right? So we should see the Samsung S26 lineup, which has your S26, S26 Plus, as well as your Ultra, the one that has a pen. And then later on, around the June timeline, then they release your other phones like your foldables and all of that. But with Apple, they release their latest smartphones in the third quarter of the year. So the iPhone 16 series came out the third quarter of this year. Okay, so about from September onwards. So next month, Samsung is going to release the S26 Ultra. Trust me, guys, not much would have changed. If you own S23, I don't think you should upgrade. This is what I've seen personally. And someone who owned the S22 Ultra, it wasn't an okay phone, but the battery just sucked because Samsung was using their own chip as opposed to going to a dedicated chip maker, which is Qualcomm, that makes chips. It's like you designing your own car and you still want to design your own tires and all of that. But there are companies like Firestone and Bridgestone that have already taken the time to um, research and develop tires that are good for all, you know, road conditions. But then you want to take the time to do your own tires, which sure you can, but it's going to be inferior compared to a company that is purely dedicated towards creating these kinds of tires. So same is true right here. Samsung created their own chips, which is the Exynos. So for the S22 series of phones, they're running the Exynos, which is not a good chip. The battery life sucks. Yeah, but look, probably it has improved over the years. But if you're talking Qualcomm Snapdragon, that chip right there is super fast and super efficient, meaning that for the same battery size, if you're running a phone that has a Qualcomm chip, it will last you longer compared to these other ones. But yeah, the differences in 2025, 2026 going forward, they're starting to reduce a little bit more where we won't see that much of a difference. Okay, so yeah, all things smartphones, looking forward to that. And another thing that's happening next year, but this is also in the US, and they've got something called CES, Consumer Electronics Show, where they're announcing all things consumer electronics. And this is also one of my favorite shows that I pay attention to. I get to see what's coming, what's in the horizon, because these tech giants, um, from appliances to gadgets, they release these gadgets for 2026 or things that are forthcoming, and you get to see where the market is headed. So it takes place in the United States. Something I would definitely love to attend in the coming years. I mean, who knows, maybe even next year. So whoever's listening and says, "But I'll pay for your ticket," I will gladly accept that. But yeah, CES 2026, to consumer, it's more of a trade show where they get to showcase what's coming. Some of these, other things that they've announced this year is humanoids. Humanoids, think of a human, but like a robot, android human. And these humanoids are able to do your daily tasks like cleaning, taking out the trash, laundry, and all of that. And they are run using AI, but they're not there yet, because when you think about the cognitive abilities of a human being, we're able to take information, process it, reason it, and all of that. So these tools are not there yet. Okay, so yeah, I guess as it stands right now, not that great. Yeah, but I'll definitely give you more information when it comes to tech. We'll definitely post this on vookadaily.co.za so that you can be kept abreast of all the latest technology advancements and all of that. But I still say this, guys. I still say this. Hey, guys, use tech, but don't let it be your world. Okay, don't let it be your world. Over and above that, let me just check if electricity is back, because I see there's an orange light, meaning that it is back on. So, looking at doing the transition, and once that's done, yeah, for the last hour, I'm gonna switch on the lights and we continue as normal. So I'm gonna go ahead and play some music for now, and once this is done, we shall then continue thereof. Um, yeah, but obviously I can't disconnect from YouTube right now. In fact, perhaps, yeah, man, perhaps as episode 199, it goes down in history. It's iconic. Um, Maybe I might just leave it like this. But let me just make the switch here quickly. And once this is done, we'll then continue. So let me just play some music. And guys, we're streaming live on Underground Radio. If you want to listen to us and take us on the road, you can absolutely do that on Underground Radio. If you haven't downloaded the app, make sure you download it. And doesn't matter whether you're on Android or iOS, but you can download it. And there's other shows as well, but we'll keep you highlighted and informed on other shows on Underground Radio DBN. All right, so let me play music on Underground Radio, and I'll see you in a jiffy. Okay, so for anyone right here on YouTube, just want to switch on the lights. What do you know? It's looking better already, right? Okay, so I'm gonna plug the router back in and reconnect the mics and everything else, but come along for the journey, guys. Okay, guys, just waiting for the system to boot up, but we've got electricity now. But then for Xasa, man, next time we have load reduction, we're just trying to find better ways of doing it. But yeah, some of the comments that came through. TK says 200 and more, guys. Absolutely. We're now gunning for 2,000. And then Z says it's really been a wonderful journey to follow and tune in the live streams. Absolutely, because we also enjoy giving you that positive dose. And yeah, part of the things that we're planning tomorrow is to show you a little bit what goes on behind the scenes, right, of how we produce the shows and all of that. And I think for some of you people will probably enjoy that a bit more. And then Tembumni says, my mom, oh, I love her. Yes, Oyebo, yes, let the traffic keep moving, right? You're in traffic, it's moving a bit slow, but let it keep moving. Okay, let me just make sure that the audio is back on Underground. Okay, we're back on Underground. And then TK says, a really energetic start to the day. Can't wait for tomorrow's jam-packed episode. Please tune in. Let other people know. It's been a crazy journey, full of laughter, joy, smiles, sadness, but it has been that good. And then the last one is that's the spirit, the V team, right? This reminds me of what's this company again? Shell V Power, right? So Vooka Nation V Power, that's the spirit. We keep moving and we keep grinding. Okay, so I'm just setting up the stream. I'll take you guys through what I'm seeing right now so that it becomes much more better for you guys to see. Okay, so electricity is back. You can see the light is back up there. Need to switch on the mixer. Okay, I've got some lights here. And then this guy needs to come back here. Okay, but I'm scared I might interrupt the stream. And rather than spending time to troubleshoot, I think we should probably go on with the show. But the power is back on, as you can see. And right here in Soweto, we experience this power cuts like once every week. So next week, because it was in the morning now, next week it's going to be in the evening, and it alternates back and forth just like that. Okay. So yeah, I'm just going to connect the audio here so that you guys can hear me through this because I'm using a tablet right now. So I also need to power it because last I checked it was on 8%. But with that being said, guys, Let me just think. Let me just think. I might just continue the show like this for now, but electricity is back on, and let me just position this guy here. There we go. Okay, there we go. Sorry you can't hear any music, but we should be back to our regular scheduled streaming from tomorrow. Okay. And then, guys, let me know if the audio is okay. If not, I'll try and adjust it. Right. Right. So for today, just add my mic here. Just make sure underground radio sorted. Okay, so for anyone listening on the Underground app, welcome back. The time right now is 15 minutes after the hour 9. We've got 45 minutes up until we conclude the show. And happy, guys, that I was here this morning, and may this serve as inspiration to anyone that's listening and watching that. Look, if you want to go out and pursue your dreams, please go ahead. But in case no one warns you that there's going to be a roadblock ahead, be like, just anticipate that's going to happen. Whenever we watch movies or these adventure movies, it's normally called a personal legend, where you undergo tests, right? And this is how fire is used to separate gold from other materials. I mean, yeah, not everything that shines is gold, but what will truly test if you are gold is you going through fire, right? So embrace it, think of it as part of the process. Let me know. So there's a lot that we're looking forward to right here in studio, even me personally, myself. Hey, next year, who knows, right? But what are your plans for next year? I think for me personally, I've seen that sometimes, like, if you're honest with yourself, if you're being honest with yourself, there is times where you get to experience instability, and this instability is because of your own doing, right? And not a lot of us want to admit that in life, where, ah man, the reason why I'm going through what I'm going through right now is because of my own wrongdoing. And we tend to think or believe that things just happen to us. But in this case, like, come on, guys, let's be honest. Some of these things that we experience is because of what we are doing. Because we should have saved up a little bit more, but we chose to spend. And whenever a storm comes, then we are left out in the open, and we're exposed to the elements. So this is just me. This is just me. My own observations, that we sometimes become our own enemies, and sometimes we shouldn't really give credit to the devil and say that the devil is doing this to me and all of that. But we need to take accountability. So, something that I saw quite a lot this year. So, I want to be able to ensure that or at least I'm able to weather the storm before the storm comes. And this reminds me of this nursery rhyme, which my daughter loves quite a lot, where it talks about the ants and the grasshopper. Because when things were good, the grasshopper used to, was playing the violin, and they would play the days away. And they would play the days away. And when winter came, the when winter came, the guys were sorted, right? They were absolutely sorted, and they were able to ensure that they were able to create a safe and inviting space for the guys, including the grasshopper as well. So when it comes to self sabotage, I have seen it myself where I did things that I was not supposed to do, and then right at the end, I then experienced grief because of that. So I know most of us think that some of these things happen to you, as in like external elements, and to a certain extent, sure they do, but there are some that we can absolutely look at and say, but this one right here, this was because of my own wrongdoing. Okay, yeah. So as mentioned earlier, that we're gonna be sitting in studio with crazy black dudes, right? But I only see one person here, right? So I'm not sure about the plural. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do now, guys, is I'm gonna switch the whole setup so that we are mic'd up and we are connected to the cameras. So it's possible that this stream might just go down, but in terms of a continuous listening experience, you can tune into Underground Radio. So you can download the app on the App Store as well as the Play Store. If not, just fire up your browser, head over to www.undergroundradiodbn.co.za. You should be able to find us right there. So we stream Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Religiously so. But we're going to be taking a sabbatical for this holiday season. So tomorrow's our last stream, episode 200. Super excited about that. So guys, for the next 10 minutes, I'm just going to fire up the stream right here. So you'll probably have to refresh this stream right here so that you are able to pick up when we come back. But for now, let me just play some music on the Underground Radio side. And once that is done, we shall then come back and have our interview. Thank you, my good sir, for honoring this interview. Really means a lot to us. So let me go ahead and switch the audio, and just give me a second. Once this is done, we should be able to proceed thereof. Okay, so music is playing this side, and yeah, I mean, if you haven't tried out Underground Radio, open your browser, type it in undergroundradiodbn.co.za, or download the app, because you can also listen to us right there as well. So if it's not, I mean, if you want to save on data, then sure, you can absolutely give us that, or you can save on data by downloading the app because it uses less data. But if you want to see us, and if data is not an issue, you can always tune in right here on YouTube and stay right here. So I'm gonna close the stream and then power it from the other side, and let's begin, guys. Let's begin. Or maybe for now, I'll keep this running up until it runs on the other end so that the switch is seamless. My good sir, Fede. I'm church, Fede.
But now Bambi, the number Bambi, but I was like, let me run quickly and
yeah, because Nati, it's not like yes.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So I was running the stream using the one on my laptop. This one's dead.
Okay, it's kind of good.
9.
Oh, we have 9.
Yeah.
Oh. So we're running UPS.
No, actually, it's like a laptop, but I need the sound card.
Yeah, it goes
powered
into
to
the
USB.
yeah.
So. Okay, so I'm just gonna set up,
right.
And then for the last 30 minutes, we'll just do the interview. Yeah. this is good. Episode 200.
Also,
Tomorrow, then episode 200.
ja, aber impossible. Ja.
almost. All right, guys, we are back. Echo. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back and welcome to the Vooka Breakfast Show. The time right now is 9:37 and we've made the switch, guys. So we are live on YouTube and you should be able to see us right now in studio. So the electricity is back and I'm right here, guys, with one of the member of Crazy Black Dudes, right? He's right here in studio. And my understanding is that you guys are a duo.
Yeah.
Okay, so my good sir, I'm just going to ask you to step a bit closer to the mic, right, so that people can hear you nice and well. So, yeah, good morning and welcome to the Breakfast Show. Thanks for making time and coming through, bro.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good morning to everyone.
Thanks, man. And so, since you guys are a duo, just to take me through who's who, the production chain.
All right. So I'm the DJ of the duo.
Okay.
And then Nico is apologies for him not being here again. He's the instrumentalist.
The instrumentalist. Awesome, awesome. So, guys, in case you're wondering who we are talking with this morning, Crazy Black Dudes, an Afro tech duo from the south of Johannesburg, and this is made up of Musa Khatebe and Hope Nico. After 8 years of creative collaboration, they've created or crafted a powerful fusion of Afro tech, blending live marimbas, steel drums, and horns with futuristic electronic elements. And their sound is driven by Afro-futuristic style, rich instrumentation, and commanding vocal performances. So their sharp attention to lyricism and their full embodiment of Afrofuturism shine through in their track selection and energetic stage presence. Quite a impressive resume. So here I'm with Musa Hope.
Oh, Musa.
Musa, okay. So Musa is the DJ, so you're on the ones and twos, right? So take me through, man. You guys have been together for 8 years now.
Yeah.
And Goyolo, 8 years later, man. Prior to that, I mean, were you a DJ or you came to be a DJ within your Crazy Black Dudes? But just walk me through leading up to how Crazy Black Dudes was formed.
Okay. So I've been a DJ for, I think it's 20 years now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
20 plus years. I'm not sure, but I've been a DJ since 2004. I fell in love with the music 2004. 2005 I started pursuing. Yeah. I've been in it for quite some time, and then so leading up to the part where we became a duo.
Yeah.
It was a mistake actually.
Okay.
So,
beautiful mistake.
yeah. So I'm a person who begins my events. I like to do events.
Okay.
I'm originally from around Kasi, from Visha Dobson, Snipa, but
Kaslako,
yeah, Kaslam, but I ended up Sihlala Snipa for the longest time in Mago.
Okay.
So that's where my roots started being, But through that, I would go around and meet people and, make those relationships and stuff.
Yeah.
So it happens that I after school, I worked at Calgro. I don't know if you know Calgro.
Yes.
The one that built Flare Off.
Sure.
I worked there, but it wasn't me. I was like, this is not me, bruh. The DJ thing is still in me. Even at work, they called me DJ.
Yeah, because most of us experience the same thing where you will try in the workplace, but then the calling will call you back.
Yeah, definitely. So I met this, I think it was Tsalanang. Tsalanang was having a grand opening. I used to
Tsalanang Bramfisha,
Yes, I used to be
on the outskirts, yeah.
Yeah, I used to be a resident DJ.
Nice.
At the one before he opened the bigger one.
So Boshange Vinyl or CDJs or...
Back then it was CDJs. But when I learned, it was vinyl.
Nice.
Yeah. So when they did that, they called a company called Lunako Production to open, to do the setup, the sound setup in Tsarana.
Okay.
So it was big Wi-Fi and black coffees, all of that.
Really?
So the owner trusted me because back then this is you know, like me number 12, people are gonna go down.
Nice.
So I was like, bro, after Playcove, you know, Playcove is gonna play those. I want you to come in and just rock. And I was like, okay, cool. Apparently, the owner of the sound didn't know that I was gonna go in and he was going in. So it was that. And I was like, bro, this is my sound. Let me play 20 minutes and then you play. I'm like, it's your sound. He's like, yeah. I'm in love with sound, bro. Like, I love DJing.
Nice.
He's like, no, take my numbers, then we'll work something out.
Yeah.
From there, the guy actually groomed me to be a sound engineer, sound technician. Because I went to work for him after the Calgary thing, because he called me and I was there. I quit the job and I just went to him.
Is that like you didn't think twice?
I didn't think twice.
Sure.
So we were there. I worked for him, traveled. Now I had to step back because I was coming too much. I don't know if you saw. I have hearing aids on.
Well, I thought, maybe you were listening
the
to
sound. The sound was too much.
Okay.
So and I already wanted to pursue something else.
Okay.
Like my DJing, because when you're an engineer, the DJing time is when you are on stage trying to fix. People want to book you, so it didn't work out that year.
Okay.
So I quit. So I have that background now, engineer. I'm a person of sound and stuff like that.
Live reinforcement.
I'm at Snake Park doing my events. So I meet Nico at Fort. He's playing with this DJ. I think that they are playing. It doesn't make sense for me. It doesn't. The combos are not coming, but it's fine. Bro, I'm a producer also. Okay. I'm working on my EP.
Okay.
Give me your number. I want you to come and play keys for me because I can't play them fluently, but I can. You know, it takes time.
Sure.
Like, cool, take my number, bro. So when I call him, there's a thing, hey, propeller, you need to give me 5 clipper. Like, 5 clipper, bro, but you're gonna get something from the song. So it was a thing you could say, you know. And then look here, I mean, he calls me, sure, bro, sure. Do an event on the 25th, bro. I need lights.
Okay.
I heard you're an engineer, I need lights. I'm like, I have lights. I just bought new lights now. Yeah. It's like I bring them through. Please come do a set. I'll give you your 150 for the lights, because I was like, 150, my brother. Okay. It's like these ones.
Or these
disco,
RGB, disco lights, yeah.
I had like 4 of them. Like, give me 150, bro, because it's you. And plus, you still owe me. He's like, I'm going to add that plus 150. Come and do a set. Like, okay, cool. I come through, do the set. The event doesn't go well. How do we go about it now, my bro? Because, like, bro, you know I play steel pens, right? I don't play keys only. I'm like, steel pens, those round things is like, marima. So what I can do, one of your sets, I can bring the drums and the thing and pay you. I'm sure you know how much it is for me to come and play.
Sure.
So if I do that, I've paid you 10 times.
So this is 8 years ago.
This is 8 years ago.
Okay.
This is 2016.
Sure. Okay.
I'm like, my bro, you hit the nail. I'm doing an event this evening. This would be dope. Sure. I call him through. I will play. After we played there, he's like, hey bro, did you see people go crazy? I'm like, yeah, man. He's like, bro, this thing is gelling. Let's, I see it. And I'm like, oh bro, let's try it. We practiced for the first one, came with the CDJs to his house. We practiced. No, let's put this song there, let's put this song there. And then we were like, okay, he's like, I have a gig that I was supposed to go and play at. So the guy is going to be a DJ, and then Major League is going to be there. So I'm just going to play with the guy, and then Major League plays after us. Nice. So I'm taking you with me. That guy I'm cutting him out. He tells them, put us on. We go there, there was a first gig, we play. It wasn't full, but the guys were happy. Nice. Second one is like, yo, bro, let's actually pitch to people. How about Roadhouse? We pitch to Roadhouse. Roadhouse is like, come through. After Roadhouse, our very first one wasn't the major league. That one was the second one. First one was Big Sky Nomai. Big Sky used to do these gigs, but in Nomai, like a street nation. So he gave us the platform. It was huge. We rocked. People were like, "Yo, guys, this is rocking. What you're doing is good. Like, keep it." That's when we decided to start pitching, man. Yeah. So we were like, we would pitch to pubs, pitch to, and then that's when it started to become a thing. Yeah. And then the name, who came up with the name? So me back then, okay. So we always say the streets are more family than family. So this guy actually he liked my craft from my puppy, so he was like, bro, if you need transport to go to your gigs, I'm here. You have super talent, like you need to be nurtured. It's just that I don't have money, but whatever I have, I'll give you. Like, yeah, I'll support you. So it was the thing. He was my manager then. So he would be somebody who would be like, yo, bro, you need a good T-shirt. Let me get you a T-shirt.
Nice.
T-shirt. Let's do a white T-shirt. Let's do branded. You know, things like that. Let me take you. Bought a car. Let me take you to a gig. Tell me in time where you going. I'm gonna take you. He didn't want anything. Anything came from him. He was like, bro.
Shout out to him.
You know.
Yeah.
So Teps was my manager back then. So when this whole thing is happening, Nico, he's there. We didn't have transport. Tapete was there. If he's not there, we use Uber. But he was always there. So,
for the most part, yeah.
So Teps, he then sat with us and said, "This name is long, guys. Crazy Black Boy," because Nico was Crazy Black Boy.
Okay.
I was Dude Meister. So it's like, how do we combine these things, Jen? Crazy Black Dudes. It felt like, I don't like. It combines the two names.
Like we are both being represented.
Yes, in this name. We were like, bro, let's go.
Okay.
Oh God, Crazy Black Dude was in the, because when we started, it was individuals. So I used to do a T-shirt, Dude Meister. He would wear the T-shirt. I would wear his T-shirt written Crazy Black Boy. So,
nice.
So they would say Crazy Black Boy and Dude Meister. So it was like that. So it was long, and we were like, okay, let's combine. So,
Crazy Black Dudes.
So Teps came up with the name.
Oh, nice, no man. Shout out to him, because obviously believing in your guys' talent early on, and Aibonise by putting his mouth where his money is. Putting his money where his mouth is. Sorry. So then let me know, guys. The biggest stage that you've performed on, Guamanji, because you've mentioned about Roadhouse and Nani, but what's the biggest platform that when you look back and say, when we performed the platform, Lena, this was by far the biggest one?
For me, by far the biggest one has to be Africa is Not a Jungle.
Okay. Where's that?
So Africa is Not a Jungle is an event trademark by Black Coffee. So Black Coffee would tour Africa with that gig called Africa is Not a Jungle.
Wait, so you guys toured as well?
We went on one of them. So we went out of the country on one of them. So he used to do them live.
Where did you guys go?
We went to the suit.
Nice.
So that, for me, by far, that's the biggest, because you.
And then Abantu, when they listen to you guys' music, in terms of listening to it live, compared to a song on Spotify, obviously the reception is different, but then what would you say is the reception of your music generally, so even if people are listening to music that you've already pre-recorded as opposed to playing live?
I think playing live for us is the key element of everything. That's Crazy Black Dudes. Like we I feel like our music represents us,
Mandlala Live.
But Mandlala Live, it's a different thing. It's like I told you, we pitch, you know. So let's say we go and pitch. Let me say Rockets, for instance.
Okay.
We're talking to you for me, brother. How's it? This is Crazy Black Dudes. We'd like to come and play. Maybe give you a free set. Just maybe give us a rider, give us transport, and so on. Because we have a technician as well. Logistics, maybe.
So you guys travel with your engineer?
Yeah, we travel with him because that it's hard. If you want a cable now, you need to play the admin is a lot.
Sure.
Yeah. So if we talk to you like that and say, hey, brah, so, you want to be like, but everybody's doing that thing. But once we play, you be like, you know, because I remember one time people used to compare us with Black Ocean so much. We were like, brah, it's totally different. You know?
So up until they see it,
they're like, yeah, this is something.
So what's your video strategy? Like, Moba Shapabantu can listen to music, but in terms of recording and having the recorded performances, so that people get a better picture of what you guys do. Do you have like a strategy around that, maybe with social media,
where people can see my performances. But okay, when we say crazy black dudes, this is what they do now.
So we have in our crazy black dudes, ne? To be honest, it came la be say tia pampa kon COVID hit. But during COVID, I feel like that's where we got our superpowers, crazy black dudes.
In what way?
Because we then started streaming.
Okay.
So we would connect the whole rig.
Yeah,
play
I mean, you've got a background in engineering, so
we would play and record.
Sure.
So, but now because we couldn't go live because we didn't have the elements, we would use your Zoom to record audio. We would use your your cameras to record the video, and then I would go and edit it
and sync it later,
and then go live with that video.
So when going live, is it more like commentary?
People can comment going live with the video. So we sit there and wait for the live to finish while we comment on people.
Nice, man.
You know, so because we couldn't go live. So we would record it maybe right now.
Yeah.
At 5 it goes live.
Yeah.
So during COVID, the only thing we do is record. We even ended up calling about Pele Pele, the comedian, calling about Big Sky, calling about a lot of people. There was one time we were trying KOT Kutazwagari on the stream. Like it was, you know, and then we called it Unlocking the Lockdown.
Creative name as well.
That's how we get videos, and then now we started doing a strategy with okay. We know we must get down the source so shy and the people are gonna go crazy. We check somebody who has an iPhone who's recording because we didn't have iPhones at that time. We know we have recorded them. We go to the net and please give me the video. So recording. No stress. They send it to us. So we have chopped videos. So if I pitch to you, I will throw you a 30-second video. You will see
these are the guys.
So that's how we.
Yeah. So for anyone who's watching Manje, what's the one place or social media place you can point them to? If you go to TikTok or you go to YouTube and search stuff settles or stola.
TikTok is TikTok, yeah, it has the best.
So with TikTok, what do you guys go as?
Crazy black dudes.
Crazy black dudes. Okay. No, man, I mean, this is showing Uguti, as much as there was challenges around COVID, you guys made it work, you know. Like you become creative. And I mean, it's something that I was doing this morning, Uguti. I can't let load
production.
Yeah, well, so I'm gonna go live with tablet, Spanish laptop, nani. I'm happy to see and hear what you guys are doing that because you know nowadays I'm going to be busy IRL.
Yeah.
You guys were doing that in 2020, where you would invite guests like Obo Pele Pele to come through, come hang out with us, Yabo. As and when we do this thing, I feel like that's just creative on a different level altogether. So props to you guys. So now. Afro tech, right? That's the genre, right? What is Afro tech, and how different is it from other genres out there?
So Afro tech comes from Afro.
Okay.
So Afro is your I'm forgetting this artist. So Afro is more of you know those Congolese music.
Yeah.
There's a genre in the Congolese thing, and I think from I'm forgetting this artist. I'm trying to remember him.
About Dibanji and
about Salif Keita, you know.
Yes.
Those sounds used to be those ones they were called Afro.
Very element.
Yes, very element-based songs, you know. And then came Black Coffee.
Yeah.
So Black Coffee's sound was Afro. Tulo the songs sound was Afro. If you know a song called Bright Forest by Tulo the song, that sums up the Afro for you. There's African elements in it, you know. In the song, you know, you hear birds. That's Afro. So the tech part comes when you put tech house.
Okay.
So tech house was infused with that and gave you Afro house, Afro tech. So now, to put it in simple terms for people, it's called 3-step.
Oh, three step.
So it evolved because now when you add 3-step, you are adding the piano element into it. So now it has 3 elements in it. So it's the 3-step, it's the piano element, it's the Afro element, it's the tech element.
So fusion.
Fusion.
Or modern fusion. Okay, so in terms of future collaborations, I mean, already so common like element of my piano and stuff. So it's the whole DJing, it's the live performances. But when you guys are in studio, these kinds of elements, what kind of collaboration or future projects do you want to work on in as far as your guys' music is concerned?
For now, I don't know if you know, we've only released our first song last year.
Only last year.
Okay. Since together for
sure.
that long. We wanted to find our sound, so we still are doing that, but we know this 3-step Afro-tech is where we are at.
Okay. But so you want to develop it more,
but we are open to collaborations.
All right.
We are open. Yes.
So in terms of the album, what's 2026 looking like?
The album is there.
Okay.
I think maybe I'll be short because we wanted to go for a 10-track album.
Okay.
Maybe short on
I3. So the 7 is fully solid.
It's fully solid.
And have you released them or?
We've only released that one.
Just that one.
Tell people that I know, guys, we're doing this thing.
All right. And then as the engineer, who did the mixing, mastering?
I didn't study that part.
Sure.
For I did the live part.
Oh, live reinforcement.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we had a pro of ours called Lumstar who did it for us. We initially set it up to do it by Chama Music, but during the time he had a lot of work, so he was continuously telling me, "Yo, bro, I have a lot of work. But we'll do it. But we keeping on."
For sure.
So we ended up going with Lumstar instead.
Okay. No, awesome. So the song is called Kijima, Spotify, all streaming platforms. Guys, Kijima on Spotify, YouTube Music, Deezer, everywhere. Please have a listen. And come back to this video, comment. I mean, if you Tandili Ngoma, Kijima, and also on their TikTok as well, if you want to see more videos of live performances, because that's where the difference really comes in. And I would like to believe it, even with live performances, no 2 days or no 2 performances are the same.
No.
So if that's why you mood, you can perform differently, right?
Okay. And as well as you always get people who would say to you, guys, we love your stuff so much, can we have a resident? So when it's a place like that, if maybe like right now, I think it's sort of a residence at La Parada in Olive. So if you go there, you won't find the same set. It's different. But when you go to different gigs, it's a different story. We look at the crowd. Okay, this is a chill crowd. Let's do the chill set. Or this is a hyped.
So then, let's say in a performer, is it purely your songs, or you sort of do like covers of?
No,
like
we play covers as a DJ would. Yeah, so the element to it is to add the instruments. Like for instance, let me see, a song that's popular now, like the one Umshato, I think it's Umshato or what? It's a piano track. Like Nico would play it in a steel pads. So people that know the song, they would hear them and that element. That's how that song starts, and then soon eventually you hear
it's taking a different spin.
Then he would infuse it and enhance it here and there.
Yeah. So Vooka Nation, if you're listening on underground radio, this is where we're gonna have to call it cut for now. We'll come back tomorrow, same time from 7 to 10. But then if you want to continue listening to this interview, you can switch on to YouTube. So we're going to say goodbye to our underground radio listeners, and we'll see you again, guys, tomorrow from us, the Vooka Breakfast Show. Stay tuned and keep it locked. Tomorrow, episode 200. It's going to be insightful, and stay blessed. Okay. So, because we do a multi-stream.
Oh.
So we stream on YouTube and there's a radio.
So manje abe radio because skati.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for the last couple of minutes, let me ask, because I also have a bit of a background in music itself, right? Because back in the days, growing up, it's Bali hip hop, we want to make it big. And one thing we've seen is that not everyone makes it. Ne? I mean, you've had the privilege of, working in sound and all of that. So, man, you're 8 years into this journey. Is this thing paying you guys?
To be honest, in the beginning it wasn't.
Okay.
We would fund ourselves to go to an event.
Sure.
Get there, bafike banike ama-1-1 or they give you waters. But you fund it yourself to get there. And at the same time, we're traveling with an instrument that's worth 40,000. Like, it didn't make sense, but because we had the love, we were like, okay, we're going to do this shit, and people are going to recognize. Eventually, the pitching strategy came. We know, okay, if we pitch to you, those guys 0.5, you're never going to give us the 200 for Uber, because that 0.5, it would work to actually service us. It serviced the instrument, skibele, successful time, to buy a time and text.
Sure, and I mean, you're also dating.
You understand?
This family,
mele kube ikotanyana, cold drink, ufuna nails, like you must make something. So we never backed away from what we have a 9 to 5. So he would hustle the way he was hustling. I mean, at that time I was doing an internship at Joseph, so I was doing radio production. Nice. So I was behind the scenes doing whatever I was doing. What's nice about Joseph, they were giving us a stipend.
Nice.
Yeah. So they gave me a stipend. That stipend would work now to get us gigs. When there's events at Joseph, I'm like, boss, what's the story? Come through with your person, let's see, So eventually, slowly but surely, we would make the content, because we said if we go to gigs, we must make content. So content, when we have it, when we pitch, people are going to pay us because of that content. Okay, these guys are actually doing this.
Nice.
And started,
And because of that, I'm sure one day you guys get a phone call or a text with him, and guys would like to book you. So what's one phone call or text that Nina Zangini land?
Yeah.
But then it just came through, which mind you, people are recognizing. What's the one that came through and said, "All right, guys, we should mind you, we're in the space now."
The one that really did was the Soweto in Colors. The Soweto did. Although Frotmani, this is Panas on Joseph, but I wasn't expecting it.
Sure.
Because Tina, we went, Joseph had what is this thing? They had Soweto Marathon or something like that in Maponyamon.
Yeah.
So we went and pitched. He came up and I was, bro, you doing this thing? I'm like, yeah, damn, I thought he was joking. I get a text from him or something to get chat. He's gonna text you. He's gonna want your booking details and all of that. Cool. Umpo calls me, yo, bro, good, I'm good. Hrotman said I must book you. This is the amount that he said I must give you. I'm like, but he says this is the amount. Like it's
shockingly good or shockingly good amount.
It was high. So high that it's Pirates to 1.5. At that time.
Sure.
So Lomuntu took the other 1.5 by 10.
Yes.
Like it doesn't make sense to me. Like you get blown away. Okay?
For sure, guys, yeah. We'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there. Sure. That was and then the second one was the Black Coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we were talking to guys, we're going to the Lesotho. Just tell us how much. I didn't even know.
So now they approached you guys.
They approached us.
So it means you're doing Spanish sharp again, right? So the last few minutes, let's talk about the business side. A lot of musicians come into this purely with the talent, and they think it's enough. So what shocked you, Uguti Sharp? As much as we are talented, creative, but then ufunega that business hat, right? So who's handling the business, and what's the one thing like Oibonile when working in the creative industry but making it a business from contracts to copyright to isambro nani ingoma yenu being used in endaweni esithize. Walk me through the whole business component, man.
To be honest, when we started, I've always had this thing, if I'm going to go into the music industry,
Okay.
I need to go in with the thing, something like I need to change my background. How do I do that? Then the business part came because I would go to the seminars,
Oh, okay.
and be like, the business side is where it's at. And if you are in Nagana, you're going to get killed.
Fast.
If you are talented, they're going to chop you, leave you by the side.
Sure.
So you need to, So Unigo also is a person, or like being no we need to approach Spanbani to, being born, okay, he has that thing, we need to be business minded about this whole thing. Singer, be like artist.
Just talent.
Yeah. So we ended up saying, you know what, let's push ourselves. Self-push. So let's say, for instance, Manje, maybe you saying, hey guys, I want to book you. Maybe we'll text to Nico. Nico's going to be like, hey, most of it, please do an invoice. So because I'm always on the computer, I'll do the invoice.
So do you have a standard rate card or?
We have a standard one, and we have a friends and family.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's it's just like that.
And then hey, because I'm a musician, I'm a masters. You guys
masters, yeah. We like now this song is released independent.
Yeah, get you.
I won't lie to you, we approached almost every stable. But get it turned us down. You don't have a follower, you don't have this, you don't have this. But if you can check the song now on Spotify, it's doing amazing. We just did Spotify rap just now. And they were telling us, you must reach like 20k 20k listeners. We reached them. Even before the year ended, 6 months. We go back to them. I don't even promote them because like Sebalanda guys now. Seba around, I was appealing to my text. They thought the song was gonna fail. And it didn't fail. But yeah.
No man, props. It's good that you're handling business as well. As much as I'm a the creative juices they keep on flowing. So for anyone that's upcoming, it's a musician, it doesn't matter what genre or even in the creative space, there's a lot of wisdom that you've dropped, Manuguti. You don't have numbers, what would you like to say to those individuals or Namanje right now, if you were to give yourself advice 8 years ago, right? What would that advice be?
Honestly, would be do it. Don't, if that thing is in your mind, in your heart, do it. Because if they say you are not worth it, man, Pambi, so maybe he was going to come and knock and be like, yo, James. Even now, we still have those challenges, but we know we are far from where we used to be. People are no longer using us as the way they were using us back then. Now we want to forget that approach. Like we have to we perform at festival, big stages like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I never thought a big radio station would be playing my song. Like I would get a WhatsApp text. Hey, Baba, so I said radio in my man. And I'm like, we the what you call the
Ox.
No, the thing that announces the station.
Sweep or a jingle.
The sweep or the jingle. Then you hear, it's playing on radio, like our song is playing on Uzali. Like you listen to, you watch Uzali.
Really?
There's an establisher. How kitchen? How kaja? You know what I mean? So that's why you should. If you wanna do it, bro, do it. My sister, if you wanna do it, do it. Because nobody else is going to clap for you except yourself.
Amen.
These people are going to...
Props to that, bro. Props to that. Absolutely. No, thanks, man, for making the time. I think we're going to catch up again next year because, song is a mover.
Yeah.
Because one thing that we normally say live studio is that Velis is right? And we also want to attract like-minded individuals. Doesn't matter what industry, but if one is serious, because we take ourselves serious, then these are the people that we want to sit around the table with. Moba, we share more or less the same struggles, but hopefully you see us in you, but we definitely see ourselves in you guys. Ukuthi, no matter kanjani, guys, we keep marching forward. And I want to thank you, Musa, a lot. And the next time we'll have, No Two in studio. Yeah. We're also still trying to sort out the whole licensing thing where we can start playing music. Yeah, but I mean, we can play it on the go underground, but go YouTube, we can't. So yeah. But we're working on that. But yeah, man. Any last words? Where are you performing? Abantu mabafuna ukunithola, ukunibhukha, where can they find you?
Ukuthi ngize size seku but yeah, it's been hectic for this December since I started. We've been gigging during the week. Yeah, this past Monday we were gigging, but so but I think they're gonna pick up from the 25th together. So on the 25th we are hosting our Christmas celebration. We always have it every year. Last year we had a big one,
Really?
Was one of the
Wait, when you say ground, like a center, or you mean the ground, more Champi Strat?
No, Pagati Kopanong, the outside, like the Kopanong, the fields.
Okay, inside the Kopanong.
Yes. We had it there. So now,
I mean, one of my events, you did say.
Yeah. So now, the thing is, we want to move it back to where it started.
Which was?
So is go we get situations where we said, oh my God.
Sure.
I'm sure a lot of people know it like this.
Sure.
So now it's a street, and we recently had a street bash that was trending, that people got hurt. So the MMC is now clamping down.
Sure.
See, now we have a license to run that place because it also sells liquor, but we can't close the street. So we're just going to do an open thing during the day for the Christmas celebration. So we're doing it on the 24th, 5th, and 6th.
Yo, 3 days young.
3 days young, of fun. So we're going to be indoors, guys.
Nice, man. Nice.
Yeah, and then I think also on the 25th, it might happen to see the La Parada holiday. On the 31st, we saw it in Colors, Grootman Soto Theatre. La Parada as well. I'm not sure about. I think so far I'm not sure, but yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's all in the pipeline. Have you done 2 performances in one day? It's okay. Niko Masuga Isiada.
We've done 5. That day, I've never seen Nico so tired. Like his hands couldn't. Like he was.
And then and then you're ready for this kind of lifestyle. Ukuthi uyendlini nje ngokuyo change ngokugeza, and then
we are,
and then mentally, so your mental antivirus about the industry, the game, you guys are secured. Okay, I know.
Like we are
props, guys. Props.
We did that this past weekend. 3 gigs. I fetched Nico around 6. And no, it wasn't 6. It was 5:05. We were supposed to play at Spokane. It was a private function. We were supposed to play at about. No, it wasn't 5. We were supposed to play at 4, but in London on 3. Got there after 4. Still speeches. We played immediately after. The engineer was like, "Shama instrument." We were driving ourselves. Sashai Moto had to go to Protea to play at 8 from Sibuke. Got there, played from 8 to 9. 9, Satrima, Salaisha, had to play at 11 at La Parada. Go to La Parada play at 11. Oh, Nakona, I think they moved us a bit. Because the artist before us, Tulipong or something, asked him to
So you're sharing stages with prominent people?
Very prominent. Like, I won't lie to you, yeah. I think there's even a video at La Parada on Monday. After our set, I didn't see Utuniko was taking a video. So here I am drinking my drink. Lamis is here playing. I'm sitting behind her. She's playing on the bass.
No, guys, since the space scenes. No, you're already in fact, you've got a seat at the table.
Yeah.
One place, man, that we went to this year was the Rancho, Yabo. I think that would also be a nice stage. And the reason for that is because it is a family outing, Yabo. So from Omngane to Omdala, that would be a good one. So, yeah, bro, thank you. Let's do another one soon. And in terms of booking, phone numbers, emails, where can they find you?
So it's a Crazy Black Dudes on the socials, and then for bookings, they can contact our manager. I forgot to shout out to our manager, Lesego.
Shout out to Seho.
We started working with her not so long ago. Just the details that manager.
Oh man, shout out to Lisa. And what next time, usually, because John was Kuluma, we overlay graphics and we show yeah, but I think this is good for the first one, and then definitely next year we should do another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, for calls on bookings, contact us for our manager. So 072 722 0157.
Thank you, my good sir. One more time, if I was wrong,
So it's 072 722 0157. That's easier.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Vooka Nation, Musa, part of the duo of Crazy Black Dudes. Thank you again for making the time. Really, really appreciate it. And it's good to see these things like Zenzege Kasi, where we see up and coming. In fact, I think that's an understatement. I mean, you guys share stages with big people, established musicians like yourselves, and Ulana, you just here, so we bump into each other when we make our ways land in the corridors. But yeah, thank you again. Tomorrow, episode 200, it's going to be epic. We're going to walk you down memory lane, the Vooka Breakfast Show. Yeah, guys, including Amma behind the scenes and all of that. So again, wishing you a happy festive season. Stay locked and stay blessed, guys. Don't forget to pray, and yeah, just keep it locked in. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. We do have different plans on YouTube, so you can subscribe from R5.99. We've got gold, which is 10 rands, and then platinum is 29 rands per month. It helps us keep electricity, the lights on, and bring you amazing guests like Musa right here. So I'll see you again tomorrow. Stay blessed and keep it locked. Peace.
No,
Hey, thanks, Musa, man.
no, I'm not good.
Let me just end the stream quickly.
Okay. Oh, I think I heard it from last time. Was last interview with Sinada. I think it was Julie again.
Yeah,
Last all for this one.
Yeah. I'm not for me.
Oh, okay.
What's my
This one? Yeah.
All right, guys, ichayile. Guys, thank you. Chayile. The stream is over. Um, yeah. And thanks for tuning in and supporting us. We really appreciate it. We'll see you again tomorrow, episode 200. It's going to be epic. Really appreciate it. Thanks, guys.